Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. First of all, apologies for my absence yesterday, my all singing dancing day, and also family here from the UK, so it was spending time with them. But I'm back, and I'm back with the Tinseltown Tarot because this attendance by Harry and Meghan at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party over the weekend is still making waves, shall we say. And the first thing we're going to look at today is the mysterious disappearance of any photographic evidence of Harry and Meghan's attendance at the party. There were tons of photos, all of them pretty bad, and within hours of them appearing they had all disappeared. And allegedly it is because Harry and Meghan were furious after discovering that unapproved photos of them had gone viral. This comes from Rob Shooter, who has the latest Parkles Oracle and has a Substack where he talks about all things Harry and Meghan. He seems to be quite well connected. He was the one that claimed that they might not actually have been invited to the party. They might just have gate crashed. We're not looking at that. We're looking at possible reasons why they were so furious that unapproved photos of them had gone viral, allegedly, and demanded that they be taken down, which has apparently led to something of a fallout between Harry and Meghan and the Kartrashians. So Tinseltown Tarot on the tarot table, we're going to look at this story. We're going to ask if the Parkles did indeed demand their photos disappear. A reaction from Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian in particular, and we're going to look at reasons. Harry's reasons I've picked out too. He looked absolutely off his face in the photos that we saw, really seriously, shall we say, intoxicated, in my opinion, of course. So that's one possible reason. The other is, of course, the controversy over the fact that he was wearing a poppy, which is meant to be for very somber occasions. It's commemorating very somber events, and there he was wearing a poppy to possibly the most tacky party ever. That's Harry. Meghan, we're going to look at the fact that she looked really bad in the photo. She looked quite chubby, and that SpongeBob figure of hers, and also the mismatched blacks with a white bra, not a good look really. And then of course the squaddies are quite devastated by the fact that Harry and Meghan attended this party, that they stooped so low. Squaddies of course believed the narrative that they were all for justice and the oppressed and all of that. Can't believe that Harry and Meghan would sell all for a moment of celebrity with the Kartrashians. So they're quite distraught, there's few squaddies that are left. And then finally we'll ask, and this is not exactly elevated tarot reading, we're going to ask how things are with the Kartrashians now as a result of this alleged little fracas, shall we say. I need to shuffle a bit better and focus, so we're going to do one more shuffle with a lot of focus. There we go, and we're all good to go. And we need to tell you it's tarot, it's for fun and entertainment. It is of course all my opinion and all speculation. I just read energy on these kinds of rumors. And Rob Shooter, as I say, the new source of rumors and gossip. And disclaimer in the box below. What is going on? This rather strange energy around at the moment. Can you feel it? Huge solar flares, huge solar storm, all the rest of it going on. People all a bit scratchy, even it seems. Harry and Meghan. The Chariot. That's ambition. That is our underlying energy, pure unadulterated ambition, arriving, the moment of arriving at the dream destination for Madame. This is what she has been trying to attain, I would say, all of her life. This particular moment at that particular party with that particular crowd. It might have unfortunate consequences for their titles. We'll be looking at that in the next reading. But this is just pure ambition and the sense of, I finally made it. I've arrived. Finally. There's rumors also she's going to be at the Oscars next year, possibly at the Met Gala, all of that kind of stuff. She's arrived. Why didn't she want her photos displayed, those particular photos? That is the question. So, heart of this reading, we've got the Ace of Swords. That's a declaration. That is an announcement, and quite a strident one, very powerful one. This is how it's going to be now. And I'm guessing from that energy, the underlying energy, and that central issue card of that Ace of Swords, that she didn't like the way the message they were being portrayed in the photos. She was happy, I think, to be seen, but she wasn't happy to be seen in that way. It didn't go with the new narrative, her new narrative, I'm a celebrity. Not get me out of here, I'm a celebrity, I finally got here. And that should be my title of this reading, but it won't be. Let's have a look at whether they actually asked. When I say they, I mean Megan. I doubt that Harry was even conscious for the rest of the weekend. By the way he looked at the party, I'm guessing that he was paralytic for the most part. That's my personal opinion anyway. So did she demand? Got the Ace of Pentacles. What's coming through very loudly with that card? It's a hell yes, because it's an ace and it's upright. So absolutely yes, in my opinion, of course, allegedly. But unapproved photos had gone viral. We know she don't give the milk away for free. Mama taught her that. That's all Mama taught her, in my opinion, and allegedly. So she's not being paid for those photos. How dare they? How dare they distribute them without her consent, and of course signing off on them. So I think the real central issue of this is about money rather than the actual appearance of the photos. And so it's shown up without me having to ask that particular question, but it's shown up very in a very dominant and compelling way for me energetically. So what was the response from the Momaja and Kim? How did they feel about this? The Hermit is a kind of a withdrawal energy and a cooling down, I would guess, of what was turning into a fast friendship. Well, you're all on your own then, is the message that's coming through. You wanted us to help you, and we saw that, or we surmised that that was what was going on when she showed up at the Balenciaga show in Paris. We assumed that there was a Kartrashian connection, and possibly Kartrashian string pulling had arranged for her to show up very last minute at that particular show. Okay then, be like that. Don't come back at us asking for help. There's a little bit of Harry energy in that Hermit card, because there always is Harry in the Hermit card when I do these royal readings. They possibly feel a little bit sorry for him. A lot of people are speculating that the only reason that she was there was because he was there, that he was the one that they wanted, not her. And that may have led to some awkwardness as well. So it's in there, but it's minor energy. It's coming across more like, well, be like that then. See how you go without us. That for me is what's coming through with that Hermit energy. Let's look at Harry first and the reasons why he might not have been thrilled when he finally regained consciousness and saw the photos that were circulating of him staring very lasciviously at Kris Jenner's 70-year-old boobs, for instance. So Harry, anything to do with looking absolutely smashed out of his skull and all of that. Page of Cups in reverse. Yes, he's sorry about that. It's not a good look. Plenty of inebriation when you get Page of Cups in reverse. I think a little bit embarrassed at the way he came across, because it wasn't a dignified look. It wasn't the sober statesman that he was trying to portray the afternoon before in Canada. Of course, I'm exaggerating wildly. It was more than an afternoon before in Canada when he was on his See I Can Royal 2, just like the rest of you. And then there he is looking, he may not have been, but he certainly looked extremely intoxicated in those photos. And there are rumors, of course, of him and Justin Bieber doing lines together, shall we just say, or of course allegedly. Page of Cups in reverse, embarrassed, ashamed, apologetic, sorry about it, regrets it. That's what's coming through. How about the Poppy saga and people being outraged that he dared to pin a poppy on his lapel and show up at this trash fest? What about that? Yeah, the Sun in reverse. This is the major reason why Harry issued the takedown, or Meghan or whoever realized that this was a really terrible look. It's giving me the similar energy to the whole Capgate or Hatgate or whatever it was called, when he was wearing the Dodgers cap and he should have been wearing the Toronto, whatever they are, Blue Jays cap. It's similar kind of energy. It's a terrible PR gaffe, a misstep, because he just didn't think. He's so intent on, I'm Prince Harry and I can wear a poppy and I'm associated with veterans and this is my thing, that he didn't realize that the level of tackiness that people would point out by him doing this. You don't do that when you're going to a party with the Kardashians. You just don't. Sun in reverse, a big moment of regret. Didn't play out the way he intended it at all. Very sad, very sorry for himself, very disappointed. I would say even there is some shame in this energy. And all the wrong attention again. So instead of him getting across whatever message he thought he was getting across, he got all the wrong attention, all the wrong headlines, all the wrong notice. So very much a strong motivation for him to want those photos to disappear as fast as possible. How about herself? She did not look her best. She was underdressed compared with the rest of the women there. She looked quite chubby, as I say. No, not fat shaming. She has got an unfortunate figure. She doesn't have a waist, and she does tend to look a little chubby around the middle, even if she's really, really thin. There are reasons, people speculate for that. Some reasons you could feel sorry for her about, and some reasons possibly not so sorry for her about. We won't go into the reasons, but is it to do with just embarrassment about the fact that she didn't look that good in the photos? Oh, the Lovers in reverse. Bad choices, the Lovers in reverse. She wouldn't have chosen those photos. And it's a big card. So yes, I think she was embarrassed, because I think she's embarrassed about how it showed her off to potential partners. And I don't necessarily mean romantic partners. I'm talking the Netflix types, the Amazon types. There were rumors that she was trying her best with Jeff, the bookseller, as he's called on Crazy Days and Nights, trying to schmooze Mr. Amazon and get her show taken up by Amazon. So I think just general cringe, her cringing, the fact that she didn't look good for potential partners, even people whose products she was trying to merch. Aquazura, she was wearing those. She loves that shoe brand. She apparently walked off with a pair of those shoes in Toronto when she was doing a fashion shoot in Toronto years and years ago. There's a rumor about that. They were more than happy to acknowledge her on their Instagram or wherever. HRH, Duchess of Sussex, wearing our shoes, which very suddenly got changed to just Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. The HRH disappeared. I think it's about branding here, and embarrassment at the fact that she was not looking her best. She didn't have editorial control over those photos. So yeah, I think a big moment. His big moment was the medals. Her big moment so far is cringe. I'm not looking my finest if I'm trying to merch myself and other products. What about the squaddies' dismay at the fact that Harry and Meghan could stoop so low? Anything to do with that? I've got the 9 of Cups. I don't think she cared. Really, with the 9 of Cups, who cares what they think? I tell them what to think. I'm enjoying my best life. I'm living my best life. I've hit my supreme moment of happiness. 9 of Cups. Supreme was an unfortunate word that came out. It's a bit Fergie, isn't it? But there it is, that energy of I'm a lush. I'm surrounded by luxury. I'm surrounded by people in absolute finery. And I finally arrived, the Chariot. And how dare you criticize me? You are worth nothing, you peasants, you. So, consequences for Parkles Kardashian relations of this little contretemps. 4 of Swords in reverse. It's not going to go so well after this. I think there's possible some ritual humiliation, can't say that, ritual humiliation coming her way as a result of this. And I think they have already started, because those eagle-eyed internet sleuths pointed out that Meghan is still in at least one of the photos, but just the back of her head, that tightly scraped bun, the olive oil look that she loves so much at the moment for whatever reason. She was there, and of course we eternally are shown the children's backs of heads, and a lot of people are speculating that there was a bit of shade in that. That's the kind of energy in that 4 of Swords. I don't think you get on the wrong side of the Kardashians and think that things are going to go swimmingly for you in future. The 4 of Swords is all about reputation, and it's about healing after a wounding. When it's upright, it's just quietly withdrawing from the world to have a big old think and maybe do some inner work. It's in reverse. That for me is coming across energetically as public humiliation. Or, of course, my opinion, I think if it's done, it will be done very subtly but expertly, that Meghan is going to feel these little jabs every so often. Just when she thinks she's landed, she's arrived, Chariot, jab, and another jab. That's the reading. I think we've got 2 very good reasons why both Harry and Meghan wanted those photos to disappear. But it's very clear also from this reading that it was Meghan's finest moment ever, and she really did want to monetize those photos if at all possible. Of course, just my opinion, all of this, just my opinion, just an energy reading, and just for fun and entertainment. That's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.